Okay, good morning. And I know I've been neglecting y'all with Real with Robo, but I came across a good piece of article here. It was from this content creator on TikTok. I don't use TikTok, so you know I couldn't return fire on him from Gen X and the Boomers. But I'm a representative of Gen X, and I was raised by a Boomer. Okay. Um, his content, Mr. Robbie Scott, if anybody knows him, feel free to pass this along. Mr. Robbie Scott, 27-year-old content creator on TikTok, he said that we don't understand what they go through these days because he did everything that we told him to do. He worked his butt off since he was 15, 16, and now he's 20 years old living in his mother's basement or some crap like that. We would never understand what they go through today because we were off at the races at 18, buying a 4-bedroom house and a 30 something $1,000 car Cadillac off the lot. And whatever. Okay. So I thought I'd, put my 2 cents in there. And maybe, some of the older generation can give me a heads up if I'm right or wrong about this. Yes, stay in school. It's very important. High school, all that, very important. Get a trade career. Okay, if you're not smart enough to go to college and you don't have the money to go to college, get a trade career. Okay, because mechanics, welders, carpenters, air conditioning installators, all those things are needed nowadays. Okay, we got plenty of doctors, we got plenty of nurses. Okay, we got plenty of that. All right, become a cop or a teacher, an actual teacher, not these teachers nowadays. Okay? But there's one thing, Mr. Robbie, that you're forgetting. Okay, back in the day, money was worth more. And the reason money was worth more is because our parents, Gen X's parents, the boomers, people from the 70s that just didn't give a damn, took everything into account, i.e., economics. If I vote this way, what's going to happen with this? How is this going to affect my life? See, when we played adults, we actually had to be adults, not a bunch of adults.
Oh, you stole my line.
That was my line.
I was reusing it though.
What? Oh, on here?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We were a bunch of adults.
Instead of dolts.
There you go. Now he's happy.
Thank you.
Happy husband, happy life.
Good morning, by the way.
Anyway, so you guys are sitting on your butts, and I don't care to hear your 40-hour-a-week story. You poor things. You poor, unfortunate things. We have to work 40 hours a week, and we don't want to go to the job. Nobody does. See, back then, we understood a hard day's work. We understood that at the end of a hard day's work, we would go home, eat dinner, spend a few hours with our loved ones, maybe a couple hours with our friends, get in bed, get up the next morning, and do that every day until we died. Or at least until we got old enough to where we could retire. That was the game plan. Here's the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is, nowadays, little millennials and Gen Zers, take a step back. Go ahead. Step back from the world and think about this. You are the idiot generations. I said it. I'm not afraid to say it to your face either, because see, I was raised in an era where if you said something about somebody, you better be prepared to say it to their face and take whatever is coming next. I could throw my hands. So I suggest you pay attention. You idiots are sitting there going, why should we have a closed border, man? That is like so obnoxious. Why can't we just let everybody in? Because like they're poor and they need love, man. Well, this is one of the things that makes your ass broke and at home with your mommy, because illegals come in, they take the benefits that are meant for our poor people, okay? And they stress the economic system of our country. Congress has already said we have enough money to pay for about 100,000 legal immigrants every so often. And it won't stress the system. And they usually come in and they're usually trained to do something, so they usually get a job and they're not on our welfare. Okay? So you are literally paying out of your taxes for all those people that are poor, unfortunate souls from other countries. You did that. Back then, we didn't have that problem. We had a problem, a small problem, and now you have over 5 million problems. Imagine what that does to the system that you are paying for. Okay? Okay? Back it up. Back it up. Step back from that. Okay? Now you're saying, oh, we want college and the rest of that to be free too. We don't want to pay our college debts. Well, guess where all that free money comes from? That's right. Out your ass. You go to work, you work hard, you're paying off someone else's debt. There's your free love and free money and free, let everybody into the country that are having economic hard times. Because I guarantee you that most of them, I'm going to say about 95% of them, if we look at the actuality of it all nowadays, okay? If we look at the actuality of all of it nowadays, there are more illegal aliens. I am not going to use the decent word that you want me to use because it hurts your feelings. Have hurt feelings, get over it. Illegal aliens coming in, committing crimes. So the ones that aren't on welfare are in our jails. And that stresses the system, because guess who pays the bill for the jails? That's right, your taxes. Guess who pays for prosecution, deportation, all that other crap? Your taxes. No way, man. See, back then, we would never understand what you're going through for one simple reason. We're not idiots. So no, we cannot get on a moron level with you and comprehend what it's like to live these days and work 40 hours a week and not get any money off our checks because they're taxing us to death. Welcome to the real world, where your idiocy has real consequences. You let the border be open and take in all the poor people. They will stress the welfare system as well as the criminal justice system, and you will pay for that. Many of us Gen X's already have our homes. So we don't have to worry about all what we're doing. On top of that, we were raised where if you don't have the cash for it, you don't really need it. But you guys were raised with, here's a little piece of plastic, go nuts. So you also have credit card debt because you're irresponsible with money. Why are you irresponsible with money? Because you're Gen Z and millennials. You're a bunch of idiots. And half of Gen X is a bunch of idiots too, because they're the ones that raised you. I could say that being Gen X, because I dare somebody to tell me different. Fact of the matter is this, little Gen Zs, little millennials, Gen Ys, Gen As, Gen Ps, Gen Qs, whatever the crap you call yourselves nowadays. Okay? The reason why you're stressed with overbearing taxes is because, and in direct correlation with the way you vote. What? But I don't vote, so haha, and that's why you pay. Because the other idiots in your generation do vote. And they vote for you. You see how that is? When you don't open your mouth, it ain't gonna get fed, baby. So they're voting for open borders. They're voting for let the criminals run around and go crazy. They're voting for, you know what? When illegals come into this country, they need all this stuff so they could get a good head start on life. They're voting for, I don't feel like paying back my college tuition. They're voting for every other idiotic, stupid, crap issue that we don't want to vote for. Huh? Many of us, I'm going to say 99% of us, quote unquote, old timers, we don't vote for that crap. We don't vote for it should be free to get gender affirming care. We don't vote for it should be free and on the taxpayers to get abortions. This should be free, that should be free, this should be free. Where the hell do you think the money comes from to get all that free shit? That's right, you. It's not free. You pay for it. You vote for the stupid policies, you pay the price. And you live in your mama's basement. And that, Mr. Scott, is why Gen X and the boomers could afford all that. Because we voted with our conscience, which means we look at policy and track record. You look at how much free shit can we have. Because I like free. I like people feeling that they're cared for. Well, you know what? In a dog-eat-dog society, you're either the big dog, like us, or you're the little dog that gets eaten, like you. Welcome to the real world, where your actions, your stupidity, have real consequences. So, if I could be so bold, because I am bold, the reason why we Gen Xers and boomers will never understand you guys is because you're a pack of morons. And we have never understood morons. And if that hurts your feelings, that tells you how much of a moron you are. Because quite frankly, if you can't correlate wanting all this free stuff and letting everybody into our country to have free stuff, and why you're not making money and the dollar is not top of the food chain no more, and you can't have what we had, then you're a moron. With love, sincerely, Gen X.